What's up, guys? This is JTQ9 of LVT, and welcome back to the channel. This week, Winter of Woe, week number 3. We've got Hulkling, and this is the Avengers size medium objective that we're going to be going in with. So, with this one, I elected to go in with Quicksilver as he gets multiple hits, which helps generate more power, because here you can't, you don't generate as much power unless you're hitting into the block. And with the invade and block penetration, the only way to do any kind of significant damage is to hit into the block. So the strategy that I kind of took with this one was he does have protection up. So the idea was I would either throw the SP1 to remove the protection and then build up to an SP2, because the SP2 would generally do more damage. As you'll see here, I can usually get to some decent combo backs and to be able to get more significant damage anyways with it. So the idea is that if I didn't have an SP1 that was built up to knock him down with protection, because half the time it would either leave him stunned or it would knock him down. So depending on what would happen would kind of dictate what I would do after that. If he remained stunned, then I would heavy him to remove that protection and then kind of back off, so he would back off and then hit into the block to build to the SP2. This fight here was a little bit more challenging for me. It took multiple times, I want to say maybe 10, 12, 15 times before I was actually able to get the solo, because I was testing out kind of different theories or different ways to maximize damage. But in the end, it was a slower fight. So once you get through your head that this is going to be a slightly slower fight compared to the dimensional being one or the the mercenary one, once you kind of get that through your head, it's really not that bad. But you have to be patient and you have to understand that you just have to understand how his mechanics work. So the other thing too is you'll also see me hit into him a bunch of times when he is stunned, just to make sure that he always has at least three buffs on him. Because that was the other thing too, is that if he doesn't have at least those 3 buffs on him, you won't be doing any sort of damage on him. So once you kind of get through all of that, the fight wasn't too bad. You just have to also be careful not to get clipped, because he also has the block penetration. So that's why when I wasn't trying to parry, I wasn't trying to do any of that. I was using the SP1 to really knock him down, as I just did there, to be able to then build to the SP2 and then throw that and do kind of 6,000, 7,000, sometimes upwards of 10,000 damage per hit. So yeah, overall, this fight was a little bit more frustrating, but I didn't mind it. I had way more fun using my R3 Bullseye. That had another video that kind of melted him down right away, and even once you got through with the Mcoc Chavez one that I used, also worked well. I also did another fight with Absorbing Man, just to test out the mercenary as well. But realizing that the Bullseye worked really, really well, I just ended up sticking with him. So this was just a more fun fight, and probably more unique, as most people would have been using either Mcoc or Absorbing Man. So as this fight's kind of coming to an end, it was enjoyable. I enjoy these Winter of Woes. Like, honestly, it's not necessarily for everybody. They are challenging. They're designed to be challenging. But if you have the right counters and the right kind of tactic and plan going into it, it always comes out being not too bad. So it'll be interesting to see what we're gonna have to do when you're gonna have to take kind of all the fights all in one, so you can't just restart constantly. But we'll deal with that when the time comes and maybe have some better options then. So in the meantime, thank you guys for tuning in. That's my Avengers size medium objective complete for this one, and we'll catch you on the next video, guys. Take care.